It's not just the U.S. that's suffering in this devastating COVID spike. Countries like Canada have been plunged into fresh lockdowns by a surge of infections. And Europe is once again a global epicenter of the pandemic. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Elizabeth Palmer reports.
In Liverpool, the military helped out with a vast trial of new rapid coronavirus tests. If they work well, the idea is to test everyone in England every week, as politicians in the West grapple with guidelines for a COVID-safe Christmas and holiday season.
Europe is now well into its second wave of COVID-19. There are hot spots across the continent, and the WHO estimates that one European is dying from COVID-19 every 17 seconds.
ICU beds, especially in France and Switzerland, are filling up. Their hopes, like the world's, are focused on the vaccine. Here's a shipment of China's arriving in Brazil, where it's being tested. The data so far show it is safe, but not as effective as the two American-European front-runners. A third top candidate being developed at Oxford University showed promising interim results this past week, including in the elderly. Meanwhile, world leaders gathered this week on the mother of all Zoom calls in a virtual G20 meeting. They pledged fair distribution of the COVID vaccine to poor countries, like Iran, where CBS traveled earlier this month to witness the deadly toll of an infection out of control. And India, where millions celebrated the main Hindu festival of Diwali, are paying the price, a surge in both infections and death. In spite of international goodwill, developing countries that have to rely on the WHO for their vaccines are facing a deadly 2021. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, London.
Stunning numbers.